Let's come down and find ourselves on our mat. Some of you have grabbed hold of a bolster and you're already settled with snuggling it in underneath the legs. And some of you are just arriving down on your mat as I am. So you might just take a moment to let your body move for a little bit. So that might be wipering the legs a little bit from side to side. Sometimes the legs want to draw into the torso. You might hold the legs, you might just let the legs be there on their own and just rock for a moment. Take a few breaths in the nose and out the mouth. Ah. See if that in the nose and a pursed lip breath out the mouth wants to come in. So the blowing the breath out through the pursed lip. And one of the breaths that we have done before in the past to help regulate the nervous system. So it regulates not only excess sympathetics. So when we go into maybe a little bit more of a stress or an anxious state, and then it also helps to balance the rest and relaxation part, our parasympathetic. So, this breath, which we haven't done in a bit, is called the physiological sigh. And it's two inhales through the nose. You do two sips of inhale, and then you can purse lip the breath out the mouth. So, let's try that one more time. Two sips of inhale, purse lip the breath out the mouth. Good. Other option of that is two sips of inhale and a sigh out the mouth with an exhale. So let's try that. Two sips of inhale through the nose and then a sigh. And let's try that one more time. Two sips of inhale through the nose and a sigh out the mouth. And then just choose. Does one of those variations of the breath, two sips of inhale, pursing the lips, blowing it out the mouth, work a little bit better today for you? Or maybe two sips of inhale and a sigh out the mouth. So just do a couple more rounds, just choosing which one. Ah. And know that that tool is a really quick way to balance the two sides of the nervous system. And so there's a lot of research that has been done on that breath. And so at times you may find it coming in when you're sensing, oh, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. And you can bring that breath in. And so just let it resonate within you, that physiological sigh, for as long as it wants to. And then just let your breath go back to however it wants to breathe. It might be in and out of the nose. You might have settled and put a bolster underneath you, or you're just lying flat on the floor. You might have put a little support behind the head. I've put my inflated slow ball in between my thighs and my knees are bent. That's feeling quite nourishing for me. Your hands may drop onto your abdomen with your elbows and your upper arms on the floor. And some of you may drop your arms off to the side, right on the floor with the back of the hands on the floor and the palms up. So last week we spoke about the connection through the hands into the shoulders and the neck. And so even whether your hands are on your belly or the back of the hands and the arms are on the floor, I just want you to just spread and reach a little bit through your fingers and your thumb, finding more of an open palm. just to release the flexor muscles in the forearm. And then just soften the hand and just feel the hand. If your hand's on your belly, just gently palm of the hand resting on abdomen or the back of the hand on the floor. And you'll feel more of the length of your fingers and the knuckles of your thumb resting towards the mat. And you might do that a couple times, just spreading, reaching out through thumb and fingers, letting the back of the nails reach towards the floor or the palm of the hand, gently widening. And then a softening, just letting go. And just feeling, how does it feel when you have a little bit more spaciousness in your hands? Knowing the hands are an extension of our heart and also our throat and our neck are an extension all the way up into the skull, through our ears. And then just very gently, depending on what feels good for you, you might feel some of you grabbed your semi-inflated slow-mo ball. And so some of you might even feel, oh, that's resonating to want to put behind my neck. And you grab it and you create the little lips on it. Or some of you might decide that you want to put a folded blanket under the head or a chip foam block or have your head just right on the floor, which is what my body is resonating with. And you might sense, oh, okay, let's just do a little movement of yes, up and down with the skull. So this is a very gentle movement. You're not moving very far. It's probably about 20 or 30% effort. This articulates through the neck vertebra, your skull, articulating with the first cervical spine or vertebra, C1. And you can think of the head like a cup and your first vertebra, C1, like a saucer. And so just notice how the skull toggles right on top of the first vertebra. And then see if you can find a place through that gentle nodding motion of yes, where you can feel equal spaciousness through throat and the back of the neck. So there's a little bit of widening through the back of the neck. And then very gently, we're going to let the head exhale and turn towards one side. So you can go either to the left or the right. You don't have to go very far. And then just let whatever side of the skull that you turn towards, let it relax into the floor. Relax the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Maybe you take an exhale at the mouth. Relax your jaw, your teeth, your tongue. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, bringing the head back to center. And then exhale and just releasing the head to the other side and letting go. So feel that side of the skull become heavy, relax through shoulders, shoulder blades. And then let yourself flow one more time at your own rhythm. So just inhale through center. And as you inhale, just feel the rolling across the back of the skull. And exhale to the other side. Relax the shoulders, the jaw. Feel a widening through the back of the neck, a softening through the throat. And then just let your body guide you with breath. Inhale through center. Then exhale to the other side. And as you come back to center, take a few more breaths just to feel yourself here. And we're going to bring our arms up. We're going to interlace our fingers. So you can keep a slow-mo ball behind your head. You can take it out. You can, if you have your legs straight, you can check in if it still feels good to have them straight or bend them. And maybe you decide it feels better on lower back to have them bent. Either one works. You're going to have your arms up in the air and you're going to interlace your fingers. First, just starting with the palm of the hand facing your heart. And then you're going to turn and you're going to turn the palm of the hand to face the ceiling now. And then you're going to push up with the palm of the hands and push back in between your shoulder blades into the floor. So you feel the release all the way through the whole arm into the shoulder girdle. Okay? And then I just want you to soften. So as you do this, I want you to try to keep your neck and your head quite relaxed. So no neck and head. If you find that you're kind of gripping through neck and head, you can bend your knees and you can even put a block or a slow-mo ball in between your legs to squeeze a little bit. And then you're going to press the back of the hands up towards the ceiling, lean the shoulder blades into the floor. If you have a block or a ball in between the thighs, you can squeeze it. And just find no tension in neck or shoulders. Breathe and then soften that again. And then one more time, press up through the hands, back through shoulder blade. And this time we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, let the arms go a little bit overhead. You don't need to touch the floor. And then you're going to inhale, bring them back up. And then you can do that a couple times. You're going to exhale overhead. Keep trying to reach through your thumbs. Keep leaning the shoulder blades into the floor. Inhale, bringing the back of the hands to face the ceiling. And then one last time, exhale overhead. Good. And then coming back. And then just bring the palms to face the body. And then just inhale, exhale, release the arms out to the side in line with the shoulders in a T position. So torso is the middle kind of line of the T, and the arms are the linear line that flows through them. And then we're going to go back into the flow that we did last week. So you're going to reach out from the heart as you inhale, reach out through arms, fingers, thumbs to the sides of the room. Reach your arms up as you inhale. And as you exhale, cross the arms over in front of the chest. Try to have your hands and your fingers quite relaxed. Okay, widen the shoulder blades. Then you're going to do that again. So you're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open them out to the side so they're in line with the shoulders. And you might check in with your arms because I know for me, one of my arms always wants to be higher than the shoulder. So I always check, okay, is one arm higher or lower? Am I actually in line with the shoulders? And then you're going to inhale from heart through your arms, spread and reach out through thumb and fingers as you inhale and exhale and cross the other arm on top. So we're going to go through this flow again as we inhale, breathing, spreading, opening arms, exhale out to the side. Breathing through ribs, shoulder blades, arms, fingers as you reach out, inhale, exhale, crossing the arms, switching the arms each time you come over. And just going at your rhythm. This is your flow with breath. Inhale, reaching out, exhale into the floor. And if at times you just want to pause here for a breath or two, feel free. Okay, there's no rush here. This is your practice. So you find the rhythm, the pace that best resonates with you. And you flow with breath. So especially when we cross the arms over the chest, this helps to widen back body. It also helps to release a lot of stress from the body. It's a really good one to find ease through the shoulder girdle, which will find ease up through the neck. Good. And then just sense, is there one or two more movements? Just to even everything out. And then once you come out to the side, relax your arms down beside you. Your back of the hand is still on the floor. Good. I'll just wait till we all line up together. Good. Hey, we're going to draw the knees into the chest. Just give them a hug for a moment. Hey, we're going to go into a little core twist. So I want to do a little bit of core movement today. And so I really like having something in between the thighs to squeeze because it's really helpful. So it can be a block, it can be your inflated ball. And you want to have the knees hip width apart and try to keep the feet hip width apart as well. And you can keep your arms at the height of the shoulders or drop them down a little bit. Palms can be facing down this time. And you want to try to keep your shoulder blades quite anchored into the floor. So you're going to lift up through lower belly, squeeze the ball of the block, Okay, and then you're going to exhale and bring your legs over to one side. So core twist. Good. And as you bring your legs back into center, I want you to point your toes. And this time, as you exhale over to the other side, I want you to squeeze the ball, the block, lift up through lower belly, drawing in, reach out through your heels. And then inhale, lifting up, bringing your legs back to center, pointing toes. Each time you exhale, you're going to reach out your heels, bringing the legs over to one side. Maybe your head follows. Inhale to center. Hey, try to have no tension in neck and shoulders as you do this. Okay, so try to find more awareness of integrity through lower body, less strain coming through neck and shoulders. Each time you come into center, you point and then you flex. Those of you that want to go a little bit more, each time you come over to one side, you can extend your shins and your feet. And some of you are already there, where you're kicking a ball in space. Yeah, good. And this is core work. So the more that you can lift your legs up towards your torso, the deeper you're going to get into your core. Okay? So the closer your thighs stay towards you, the more core work you're going to have. It's a little bit tricky for me to talk as I do this and do my core, but I'll do my best. Uh, just do a couple more rounds, stopping if you feel, okay, that is working. It's feeling a little bit more. I'm going to do one more time each side. Ah, good. And then once you come into center, you're going to pull the ball, the block out. You're going to just bring arms and legs up in the air and just give a little shake. Good. Okay, so now what you're going to do is just put your feet on the floor. We're going to interlace fingers and you're going to put them behind your skull. So you can have your thumbs on the base of your occipital ridge. So try not to push into the neck. Try to find maybe that groove just under the base of the skull, the very lower part. It's called your occipital ridge of the skull. And then have the hands on the back of the skull. And so just let your head just be held in your hand. So relax your head, relax your neck, and you're just hovering the head just a little bit off the floor, but it's being held by your hands. So gather your inner elbows. Good. Now just pause here, relax your neck, relax your throat. Relax your neck, relax your throat. Knees are bent. You're going to press your feet into the floor. Okay. And you want to, as you root your feet, pressing your lower back into the floor, lift up your lower abdominals and see if your upper body can gently curl up. So you're not tugging on your head. When you get up at the top, you want to try to relax your head into the sling of the hands, soften the fingers, okay, and then slowly roll down. So sometimes having, and we'll try it with maybe even putting a little ball or a block in between the thighs, because sometimes it helps if you squeeze something in between the thighs. So you choose. So you're going to exhale, root feet. Some of you might squeeze the ball or the block. Press your lower back into the floor and let your torso and your head lift up. So this is upper abs. Okay, relax your head and your neck at the top. There it is. Good. Breathe. And then you're going to slowly lower down. Okay, we're just doing a little bit of core work today. So let's try that again. Inhale, exhale, root feet, squeeze the ball, lift the lower belly, press the lower back into the floor. Good. Now, if you feel okay this time, see if you can release your hands from behind the head. Now, try to keep your neck as relaxed as you can. Keep squeezing the ball. And then you're just going to have your hands on the floor, back of the hands, and then you're just going to try to reach. See if you can touch your ankle, come back, and then maybe the other hand touches your ankle and come back. And then see, maybe you can try it one more time. Touch ankle, come back, yeah, and touch ankle. Good. Come back, interlace hands, and slowly lower down. Good. Did anyone not feel that in their core? No? Okay, good. Just want to make sure. So we're going to do one last one for a core. And this time you're not going to use anything in between your thighs. So you are going to bring your legs up. And I want you to lean the sides of the big toes. You can even have your inner heels together, but you're going to separate your inner thighs. So you're in like a diamond shape with your legs. Now I want you to interlace your fingers again, but that's how you interlace them before. So I want you to switch your interlace. Good. And you're going to create that sling behind your head. Now relax the head into your hands. Just have the head slightly hovered. Now, you might even want to watch for this one. So, what you want to do is you want to lift your pelvis and bring your torso down towards one another. So, pelvis and legs are going to come up, and then torso and head are going to come towards one another. So, you can see I'm using my core. So, we're using upper and lower abdominals. So, you're going to exhale, lift pelvis and legs towards the torso, lift torso and the head, but you don't really want to pull on the head at all towards one another. And then you're going to lower the pelvis and the torso away from one another. So you're going to exhale, lift pelvis, torso up. There you go. Release down. And then see, do I want to do one or two or three more times? Lift up and release down. Lifting up and releasing down. Last time, lifting up and releasing down. Good. Release your head, shake it on out. Arms and legs in the air. Good. We're going to roll right over to the side. Okay, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. We're going to do some spinal waves just to release and bring some fluidity into the spine. So hands on your shoulders. Okay, if that doesn't feel good on the wrists, then drop down to your elbows. Knees are under the hips. Good. Start with an exhale, release your skull. Okay, let the neck lengthen. And as you exhale, you're going to push the floor away with the feet, the hands, the elbows, the knees, and then you're going to let the sit bones, tailbone curl down, the lower back round up, the shoulder blades widen, head release, and then start from the pelvis. Let the pelvis, the sit bones, the tailbone lift up, little arc through your lower back as the torso opens, heart. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Now watch, don't look too far forward with the head. So the neck has a lot of movement in it. And so we want to just back off and notice that the neck doesn't lead all of the movements. Hey, it's a follower. So I want you to think of soft neck widening and spreading. Good. And then see, does my body want to circle a little bit here? Hey, you might widen the knees a little bit more in that variation. Inhale forward, exhale back. Sometimes that circling through the spine feels really good. And then I want to bring thread the needle in today just to release shoulder blades. So you can do this from hands and knees, you can do it from elbows and knees, but you're going to have, let's start with right hand stays up and left hand, bless you, is going to sink under. And then you can just slide your front arm forward and just come into a modified child's pose. And just feel this release. So palms can be down. You can turn the arm that's slid underneath, which is your left for most of you. You might even feel, oh, I want to turn that palm up. See how that feels on my shoulder. Sometimes palm down feels better. Sometimes palm up. Sometimes you can go in between the two. Internal, external rotation. And breathe. Okay, when you feel ready, you're going to just slide back, go back into child's pose. Good. Inhale, exhale, slide the right arm through. Left arm reaches forward. Good. See, does my palm want to be facing up of my right arm? Does it want to be down? Good. Yeah, good. See if the arm, which for most of us will be our left, see if it wants to extend towards the top of the mat. That's an option as well. Yeah, good. Take one or two more breaths there.